Two teams in Connecticut square off in different conferences. The seniors are showing up for their Class 9 event, and we've got a great show for you tonight between the Fairfield University Stags and the Yale Bulldogs. And welcome into the concourse table at the Leo D. Mahoney Arena with Colin O'Callahan, joining alongside me is Sean Bells. Talking about our Fairfield University Stags, let's just go through their last two games. They're on a two-game win streak. They started December 3rd at home against St. Peter's, who had just made the Elite Eight tournament last year. It was a convincing victory, 67-55. But the best one happened on just last week, just on Wednesday, when they played the division rival Sacred Heart, their crosstown rival, I should say, 61-59 as Caleb Fields scored a game-winning layup with 9/10 of a second left. And boy, the stands were loud and everybody stormed the court. Meanwhile, you're looking at the Yale Bulldogs. They've gotten off to a great start. They're 8-3, but they've lost two in a row to both Butler and to Kentucky. So two growing sides. This should definitely be seen as a bounce-back game if you're a Yale fan. Will Fairfield be able to pull up the upset? We'll be able to find out in 2.5 hours. So, Sean, we got a lot of players that definitely need to step up for Fairfield. Allegene Rose coming back from COVID. Caleb Fields really putting on a show last week. And, of course, you got Supreme Cook. But what do you think needs to happen here if the Stags can pull off the upset tonight?
It's got to be a all systems go on both sides of the ball for the Stags. You said their last two games they've won. Well, it's really their last six. They've been elite on the defensive end. 4-2 in the last six, including a win over Towson, who's supposed to be in the NCAA tournament at this point of the season. They've kept their opponents to 60 or less in their last 5 games. So defensively, they're there. It's the offense that hasn't been clicking for the Stags. So you need all systems go on both sides of the ball. Keep Yale under control on offense, and you got to knock down some shots to beat a team as talented as Yale.
So we're talking about Yale. They're definitely running through the Ivy Conference lead at 8-3. Looking at one of their players, you have Matt Noling, who's probably going to be starting off the bench, and he's their leading scorer, 16. Definitely keep an eye out for E.J. Jarvis and John Pelukidas to make an impact here tonight.
Yeah, Yale in their last two games, like you said, they lost 2 in a row. Those teams are Butler at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indy and Kentucky at Rupp Arena, two of the greatest college basketball arenas in the country. And they fought in both those. They lost by 10 to both of those teams. And in that game against Kentucky, they were without Noling. So this team can really battle even when their best player is out there. He's not in the probable starters list that was given to us. So will he be available off the bench? We're not entirely sure. Yale certainly hopes so. But if not, Yale still be really tough game for Fairfield today.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the Leo Mahoney Arena. We've got great basketball coming up for you in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Fairfield University, where the Stags have a 6-5 lead against the Yale Bulldogs. And so far, a couple of bad turnovers for the Stags, but they're still hanging in here in the first half.
Yeah, so far, more of the same for the Stags. 0 for 4 from 3. They were all pretty decent looks. You got to start knocking some of them down if you're Fairfield.
Here comes Wojcik. Gets it to Bido. Pass out back to Leach. They'll get it back to Wojcik. Tight defense there from number 24 for the Bulldogs.
Tough
and a good layup there by Bido. That was Yasin Garam. He'll kick it out to Kelly with Allen on him. Gets it back to Garam. Driving into the lane, kick out. 3-point attempt. Off the glass, no good for Jack Malloy. And an offensive rebound for Yale. And we got another travel. So that's their second one of the half.
Good first shot defense there from the Stags. Unable to finish the rebound, but able to turn the ball over and get it back. As Fields come back in for the Stags.
So we got a substitution here.
And Johns is going to make his first appearance for the Stags.
Yep, Wojcik definitely played the first 6 minutes. Time for Leach. Leach is coming onto the bench. So here comes Caleb Fields back into the game. He's got Garam on him. He'll pass it to Allen. Now to Jones. And an offensive foul. And it looked like a good call. I think the screen was a little too tough there. Yeah, a little aggressive.
When they do that dribble handoff moving screen, it's often the ball handler's fault because he didn't wait until the guy set the screen. TJ Long just took off with the ball, which caused Johns to have the moving screen. A lot of height on the floor here for the Stags. Let's see if they can make it count.
Here's Mahoney. Two guys around. TJ Long playing ISO here. Screen set. Mahoney going to pull up for the layup. Off the glass, no good. Here comes Mino with the rebound.
Really great contest from Chris there, which is why he was able to miss the shot.
TJ Law will pass to Mino. Gets it to Danny Wolf. Now back to Garum. Gets it to Malloy. Now it's John Pelucas trying to drive into the lane. He'll kick it out. Garum gets it to the corner. Mahoney for three. No good. And here comes Jones for the Stags.
Pretty good scramble defense there for the Stags in rotation.
Kick it out to Allen, out back to Mino. TJ Law going to try to get the screen set. Two defenders around him. TJ Law for the jumper. Off the glass, no good. Mino with another offensive rebound. That was just back to Law.
That was just an athletic offensive rebound there. He was boxed out, but Chris got up the highest and got the offensive board. See if they can make this second chance count.
Mino passing it to Law. Back to Johns. Looking for some spacing here. Going to try to drive into the lane. Going to pull up for the left. Good shot is good. And one.
Yeah, ended the shot clock situation there. You need somebody to make a play. Johns puts his head down, beats the defender, and converts the N1.
And that's going to be on number 33, Jack Malloy.
As Chrysler will make his first appearance in the game as Allen will head to the bench.
Zach Chrysler coming into the game. Doesn't have that many minutes, doesn't score a lot of points, but, he's definitely got great size.
And he can shoot the ball, too.
Absolutely.
Not the case as the free throws no good from Johns. Stags lead 13-5 here in this one, Colin.
Here comes Garup. Get it to August Mahoney. Now back to Malloy. Get it to Pelucas. Now here comes Wolf. Screen is set. Mahoney's got to put it on. Blocked by Long. And Chrysler coming up with the recovery.
Really great defense there from the Stags on the dribble handoff.
Caleb Fields gets the foul. And it looks like Fairfield is going to get into the penalty here.
And like I said earlier, the keys to the game, all systems go on both sides of the ball. Fairfield 13 points in 8 minutes. Yale only 5. Great defense so far, challenging every shot, and Fairfield's attacking the hoop and getting good looks.
So Caleb Fields will be sent to the line.
Fields, the hero from last Wednesday, Colin, against Sacred Heart.
Absolutely. First free throw is good. His first points of the game. Yeah, Caleb Fields coming up insanely clutch with 9 tenths of a second left. Fairfield was down by as much as 9 in that game, and they pulled off that comeback.
Just by defense, effort, and attacking the rim.
Second free throw, no good. Pelucas coming up with the rebound, and here comes Mbank back into the game.
Yeah, the Stags 3 for 6 on the day. Fields 84% on the year, so a little bit rare to see him miss one there.
Garrett will try to get it. Now back to Wolf. And there's Pelucas. Get it to Garrett. Contact from Long. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, and Fairfield will come up with possession. And we got another media timeout. So Fairfield University up 14-5. Obviously, the Stags are rolling in the first half. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Fairfield University. The Stags currently on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Fairfield is up 14-5 against Yale. And so far, this is a great start, for a team starting out as underdogs.
Yep, Yale 0 for 4 in their last field goals. They haven't scored for 3 minutes and 41 seconds. So I'm sure that huddle was not that fun to be in as a Yale Bulldog. We'll see if Fairfield can keep up this momentum.
And bad turnover. It's going to get batted, so no violation there. And here comes Johns. Gets it to Mino.
Again, a lot of height on the floor for the Stags here. We'll see if they try and go inside.
Fields will pass it out to Johns. Going to try to go into the lane. Pulls up for the jumper. Bounce up, no good. Chrysler with the rebound. And a hook shot in.
That's just an effort play there. Good first shot defense from Yale. But like against Kentucky, they struggle to get the board, and the Stags make them pay with the
That's all
rebound.
size right there. Here comes Garup. Pass it out to Wolf. Pulls up for 3. Off the glass, no good. And you're going to call a loose ball foul on Zach Chrysler here.
Yeah, he wasn't in position there. And,
looks like he hit the wrist. And Fairfield's still on a 10-0 run here.
Yeah, Stags lead 16-5 with 9 minutes gone. He would have taken this start every single time. See if they can make it count.
Here comes Mbank with TJ Law. Malloy sets the screen. He'll get it to Pelucas. Now to Wolf. Pelucas for 3. No good again, but a rebound from Malloy. Wolf fakes the shot. He'll kick it out to Mbank. And a loose ball. It's going to get near half court. Still loose. And here comes Mino. Passes out to Long. Going to pull it for the layup. And foul is called, but 2 free throws coming up for TJ Long.
Yeah, Colin, we keep mentioning the Kentucky game. That was just over 48 hours ago for Yale. So perhaps they didn't have a lot of time to scout Fairfield or prepare for their schemes. Yale's got themselves a hold and take here, down 11. Could
down 11, 16-5. TJ Long going to come to the free throw line. We know how deadly he is from 3.
TJ Long, 90% from the line on the season. As
and first free throw, good. So 18-5 for the Sags. Mido checking out. Wolf will also come out, and coming into the game for the first time is E.J. Jarvis. Well, not for the first time. Coming back in for the first time since the start of the game, E.J. Jarvis.
He's got 2 fouls, too, something to keep an eye on.
Second free throw from Long, no good.
Sags 4 for 8 from the day, and they've had some good shooters at the line, too, so that's something to look out for.
Here comes Poulikitis. Kicks out to Malloy from the three-point line. Chrysler in defense. Malloy with the hook shot, and the scoring run will end here.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. Good defense from the Stags there. Really good conversion there from the Bulldogs.
So here comes Caleb Fields with Mbang on him. Pass it out to Johns. Good defense here from Yale. Johns will move the ball up. Gets it back to Long. Back out to Cook. 2 defenders around him. He's got to try to get that ball out. Zach Chrysler's got it. Fields. Now the Johns back to Cook. Shot clock at 2. He's got to put it up. No good. Rebound taken by Yale.
Really impressive defense from Yale. Doubling Cook immediately on the catch.
Mbang will kick it out to Malloy. Now back to Jarvis. Got to put the ball somewhere. Mbang. Back to Jarvis. Now back to a wide open pass, and that's Jarvis in the lane. And that was just poor discipline there.
Yeah, busted pick and roll coverage there, and the 0-footer.
Yep. John Feinberg coming into the game for the first time for Yale. He's their leading captain. Here comes Law, trying to drive it to the lane. We'll pull it up. Oh, no good. Poulikitis with the rebound. He'll get it to Mbang. Johns with the defense. He'll get it back to Poulikitis. Fairfield readjusts. Here comes Mbang with the spin move. Going to pull it up. And an air ball. Malloy will kick it out. 3-pointer. No good. And that was Feinberg with the missed attempt.
That's
Here
a good look.
Fields.
That's an open 3.
And a missed handle there. Feinberg will pack it out to Mbang. Euro stepping. Good.
Yeah, definitely coming out of that timeout with a lot more intensity on both ends of the floor.
And now the lead is cut to 6 as the Stags are up 17-11. 8 minutes and 34 seconds left in the half. Here comes Cook. Pass it out to Long. Not going to get the screen, so I'll find Cook. Gets it to Chrysler. Going to pull up for 3. Bang! Zach Chrysler with his first 3-pointer of the night.
Not entirely sure if that was just part of the play, but Chrysler saw the bust up on the screen, just steps out, and he finds himself wide open and is able to knock down the 3.
Poulikitis will pass it to a wide open Malloy, and that is no good. Long coming up with the rebound.
Malloy, just 29% on the season, so interesting to see him take the
Johns pulls up for 3. Bang! Johns from downtown. And Fairfield's offense is pouring as they lead by 12.
Johns has shown in his short Fairfield career that he will take those transition threes, and he was able to knock that one down.
Here comes Poulikitis. Gets the foul.
Yeah, Johns just a little bit late there on the drive.
And we got our timeout. So Fairfield up 23-11. It looks like the Fairfield was about to lose its grip on the game defensively, but their offense saves them. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena, where the Fairfield University Stags up 23-11. So Fairfield got called for a defensive foul, and it looks like Fairfield's going to get possession here. My mistake.
No, it's going to be Yale's fault, but it will be on the floor, so no free throws for the Bulldogs here.
So Mbang with the inbound pass.
Leach, Wojcik, Long, Gene Rose, and Cook on the floor for the Stags. There seems to be some kind of confusion here. Oh, no.
A little bit of confusion here. They're trying to see. Here we go. MBB will kick it out to Jarvis.
Jarvis still in there with 2 fouls, Colin.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to keep an eye on that. Here comes Isaiah Kelly back into the game. Here comes Feinberg. Back to Jarvis. Now to MBB. Screen is set. MBB with Allen on him. Get it to Kelly. And Pelukinas with defense from Allen. And a tough shot there, and it goes through.
Those are backbreakers. Great full shot clock defense. And they're able to get a tough shot to go as the shot clock expires.
Here's Allen with the ball. Pass it off to Cook. Looking for some movement here. Gets it back to Leach. Now back to Cook. 2 defenders around him. Yale's been double-teaming him a lot.
Especially with Jarvis on the floor. He's got 2 fouls.
TJ Long for 3. Off the rim. No good. Rebound from Pelukinas.
Maybe a little bit of a quick trigger there. I'd like to see the Stags get the ball inside and see if they can get Jarvis a 3rd foul.
MBB kicks it out. And Feinberg has it. Now back to Kelly. He'll get it to MBB. Now to Jarvis. Gets it back to MBB, to Jarvis. Ball movement. A lot of presence here. Pelukinas is going to pull up for the layup. No good. And Kelly tips it back in.
Yeah, the Yale offender just sealed off that lane, so no help was able to come.
Here comes Wojcik, who's back into the game. He'll kick it out to Allen. Get it to Cook. Now to Allen. Gets to Long. Back to Wojcik. Looking for the spacing. We'll get it to Leach.
The ankle just wasn't there for post-entry.
Now to Long. Shot clock at 5. Long with the jumper. Off the rim, no good. Pelukinas with another rebound.
Yale forcing a couple tough shots here the last couple of possessions on Fairfield.
Jarvis will get it to Kelly. He's got Wojcik in defense. He'll get it to Jarvis. Now to MBB. Telling him to clear it out. Jarvis will have the ball as he passes to Pelukinas. Screen set. Jarvis has the ball with Cook on defense. Jarvis pulling up for the layup, and they're going to call it travel here.
Yeah, you can see that coming from a mile away. Jarvis never really established that as a pivot foot. And Fairfield looks like they're just going to go straight up 1v1 in the post.
Yep, TJ Long going to take the bench. Cook, Wojcik, Allen,
Fields, and Leach.
Yep, here comes Caleb Fields with the ball up the court. Straight set by Cook. He'll pass it to Allen. Gene Rose with Kelly in tight coverage. He'll kick it to Fields. Pulls up for 3. Off the rim. And no good. Mahoney with the rebound.
Yeah, that's a good look for this for the Stags. Yale's doubling everything inside. So to get some open looks, you got to keep going inside. Inside to out.
There's Jarvis passing up to MBB. Now to Mahoney. Now to Kelly. Pass it out to MBB. He's going to pull up for 3. It's good. And Yale trips the deficit to 5, 23-18 Fairfield.
MBB just 20% on the season. You see Fairfield going under almost every screen that he's involved in, but he's able to knock that one in.
Allen passes it to Cook.
You can just tell that the life has kind of been sucked out of the place with this recent run.
3 defenders around. It gets it to Allen. Going to try to drive it to the lane. Pulls up for the layup and good.
Strong move from Gene Rose there, going hard to his weekend.
So Allen Gene Rose coming back from COVID protocols. He's looking fine so far. Here's Kelly. Pass to MBB. With Fields on defense. Screen set by Kelly. We'll get it to Jarvis. Kelly pulling up for the layup. No good. And it's Supreme Cook with a big hustle play. Fields will pass it into Wojcik. Makes the shot. He's going to get it to Cook. Wants to work on Jarvis. Going to pull up with a Euro step. No good. Cook coming up with the rebound, but he's going to lose the handle. And that will be Feinberg with the rebound.
Great move from Cook there. Just unable to convert. Jarvis really careful. Actually left the ground there. If Cook wanted, he probably could have got that 3rd foul.
Here's MBB. Kicks it out to Jarvis. Pulls up for the layup and the foul.
It's a little bit late. The help from Fields there. And Yale's able to convert.
And we got another timeout on the floor. So Fairfield was up by double digits. Now the lead is up to 5 as Fairfield holds on to a 25-20 lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fairfield University. The Stags holding on to a 25-20 lead. You know, Yale is they're trailing, but they're playing with a lot of intensity, especially after the last 2 timeouts.
Yeah, both sides of the floor. They're cutting hard. They're attacking the basket, and they're also defending pretty well at the other end. That being said, Fairfield's still getting good looks, and they've got to continue to knock them down to stay ahead in this one.
So E.J. Jarvis coming to the line. Shoots 2 free throws. Both teams are in the bonus.
86% on the year, and he connects.
Good. And a substitution will take place. E.J. Jarvis out. Yusuf Bessa-Amma in. And Mido coming into the game for Supreme Cook. Caleb Fields will move the ball up the court. Working on Mbang. Pass it out to Allen. Got Malloy and ISO. Allen going to try to drive into the lane. Going to pull it up. No foul called. Mido coming up with a huge rebound.
A lot of contact underneath there on Allen.
Yeah, absolutely. He wanted a call there. Wojcik got open space. Shot clock at 3. He's got to put the ball up. Lost the handle. Feinberg comes up with the steal.
Wojcik gets knocked over there by the Yale defender. 2 missed calls on that play by the officials.
And here comes Mbag. Gets it to Mahoney. Now to Bessa-Amma. We'll get it back to Mbag. Got an open look for the 3, and it's good. And now Yale's only down by 1.
Yeah, back-to-back threes by the Yale guard, who's just over 20% on the year.
Here comes Allen. We'll get it to Fields. Oh, Mbag almost coming up with a huge steal. Caleb Fields saves it, and Feinberg tried to jump the pass, but it will go out of bounds, and more substitutions will take place. TJ Long and James Johns will sub out for Leach and Wojcik.
See, Yale was always going to shoot better than they did in the beginning of the game, but it's their defense that's gotten them back in this one.
So James Johns will inbound it to Caleb Fields.
A little bit of a tough spot there, and what some people call the coffin corner, but the Stags were able to get it in.
Fields gets the foul, and 2 free throws are going to come up as they are still in the bonus.
I believe that was on the floor. Mbang's been doing that all game, just trying to tell that to the officials. It's going to be on the floor here for the Stags.
It will be on the floor. Johns will inbound it again. Gets it to Fields. Back out to Long. He's got Johns again with 2 defenders around him, blocked by Poulikitis.
Yeah, a little short curl there from Johns in the out of bounds, but well defended there from the Bulldogs.
And Fairfield is still going to have possession here.
14 on the shot clock, so just under a half of a possession here. We'll see what they can get.
Fields looking to inbound. Oh, and he crossed the line. And it's going to be a turnover, and Yale will get the ball. I don't know what happened there.
It's going to be a foul, and TJ Long wasn't near the ball, so not sure what happened there. They're not going to show a replay. It's TJ Long's first of the game.
So Mbang will move the ball for Yale.
Opportunity for Yale to take the lead here.
Screen set. Malloy going to pass on that. He'll get it back to Mbang. It gets it to Amma. An offensive foul against Yale. And Fairfield will have possession again. Wojcik coming back into the game, and so will Supreme Cook. Mido and Long will take the bench. So that was quick minutes there for those two.
Just over 2 minutes left here. Fairfield 25, Yale 24. See if Fairfield can get a good shot. It's been a couple possessions since the Stags have gotten a good look.
So Johns with the ball. Gets it to Allen.
He's got a big size advantage over his defender.
Wojcik will kick it out to Fields. Looking for the shot, won't get it. Pass it out to Fields. Going to pull up for the layup, wants the contact. Mido coming up, Supreme Cook, coming up with a big rebound, and he'll lay it up.
Yeah, not sure how much Cook knew about it. Got the tip in. Still a good look for Johns, though. Let's see if the Stags get a stop.
Here's Malloy. Looking to move into the lane. Allen in coverage. Wants the turnaround. He's not going to get it. Mahoney on the pass. 2 defenders around him. Gets it back to Malloy. Going to pull up for 3. Off the rim. No good. Good defense there from Allen.
That's a bad shot. Contested 3 in the corner from a big from Yale. Good defensive possession from the Stags here.
And a timeout here for Fairfield.
I will stay with you for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So Fairfield University, they get up to a good start. They're leading by double digits. Now they're only up 27-24 with just a minute and 10 left. I mean, we knew that Yale was statistically the better team entering in. but you just have to sense that Fairfield is losing control of what looks like to be a pretty good upset so far.
Yeah, Yale's calling card is their defense. They rank in the top 70 in Division I. On their offense is not as good. Now, 27-24 with just over a minute left in this first half. Stags about at their average for offense, probably about 60. And Yale only at 24, which would be less than 60 for the entire game, which is what the Stags have been able to do. I think at this pace that it's currently at, it benefits the Stags. We'll see if Yale tries to up the tempo.
So both teams will take the court again. Fairfield still has possession here, up by 3.
See what Coach Young could draw up in the timeout.
So here comes Johns with the inbound pass. They'll get it to Fields. Looking up to draw the play. Pass it out to Allen. Gene Rose going to try to draw it in. Working on Malloy. Has to pass it off. Cook is there. Oh! He put him on a poster. Puts it on Emma, and that fires the crowd up.
Yeah, Allen. The play was to get Allen a post touch. He gets deep in there. Cook's man came to help. Cook stayed in the dunker spot, and my goodness, you'll be seeing replays of that one for a long time.
And MBB misses the jump shot, and now they got momentum. Here comes Fields.
Coach Young wants him to hold for one here.
Tight defense here from MBB. 23 seconds left.
As Fields holds the ball, Colin, how about that dunk from Cook with his weak hand, too?
We were literally talking about we're probably going to see some posters here tonight. It just happened to be from their best player.
As Fields.
They're just winding up as much clock as they can.
5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Fields will pass it to Allen.
High post.
Shot clock at 1. They got to put it up. And no good. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, 2.5 ticks left on the clock here, and Yale's going to use their use it or lose it timeout here.
Yale will call their last timeout. Man, I wish we could see that replay again, because my gosh, that looks scary.
Great
right
positioning
there
from Cook. It's called the dunker spot for a reason. When the post help comes, it's about as easy as you want. The Yale defender got there, put up a pretty good contest, but he's not going to be wanting to see the replay of that one.
No, I don't think so. The fans in here, too, we definitely do. I don't think anybody on that Yale sideline wants to see that, especially the families and friends that decided to come out here today.
Yeah, we'll see what Coach Jones can draw up for Yale. If you're Fairfield, you're putting the longest defender, which is probably Mido, on the ball here. One more possession, and you got yourself a 5-point lead going into the half on a top 100 team in the country.
Yeah, and for Fairfield, this will definitely bring a lot of momentum into their season. Remember, they won 2 in a row. They beat Sacred Heart decisively, and they also beat St. Peter's just a week ago. So maybe things are really starting to turn around here for Jay Young and his team.
Yeah, with the exception of the Gales of Iona, this is probably the best.
Ebbe going to pull it up. Not even close.
Like I was saying, this is probably the best opponent the Stags are going to see this year for the rest of the way. Obviously, they played Xavier and Lake Forest earlier in the season, but so far, so good for the Stags. 29-24 lead at the half.
We have entered halftime. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Your Fairfield University Stags up against Yale, 29-24. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Colin O'Callaghan and Sean Phelps with you here at Liam Mahoney Arena, where the Fairfield University Stags have a 29-24 lead against the Yale Bulldogs. And, looking at the box score, both teams are, they're both sharing the point load. Allen's leading the league, leading their team with 6, but James Johns and Zach Chrysler have 5. And with Yale, Bez Embank has got 8 points, and then E.J. Jarvis has 5. So here comes Yale to start the game.
Yale will think about that half as really bad, and they're only down by 5. That's the positive they're going to take from the first half.
Here's Embank with Fields matched up on him. They'll get it back to Jarvis. Now to Mahoney. Gets it to Kelly. There's Puluk deep. Pulls up for Jarvis. 3-pointer. No good. Rebound taken by Will Wojcik.
Really good defensive possession out of the break for the Stags. See if they get
Leach.
something in transition.
Kicks it back to Wojcik. Now to Fields. Gets to the Supreme Cook. We'll get it back to Leach. Screen is set. Leach. Bad pass. Out of bounds turnover, and Yale will get the ball.
Yeah, Cook, great position there, and he's the only other person on the left-hand side of the floor. Leach has got to deliver that, and that's probably a deuce for Cook.
And there's Mbang moving the ball up the court. He'll get it to Jarvis, down to Mahoney. Down to clear it out. There's Isaiah Kelly. Gets it back to Mbang. Screen is set. And a bad pass. Caleb Fields jumps it. Allen Jaden Rose on the rebound. Euro step. Allen with the shot. And it goes through.
Really great pick-and-roll defense from Fields and Allen there. And Allen just puts his head down and goes in transition. Fairfield really trying to get down the floor these two first possessions.
Jarvis will get it to Pulikitas. No foul called. Leach falls. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound by Jarvis. Trying to fake the shot. He'll make the layup.
Yeah, Jarvis had position there, and Cook really didn't want to foul, so he kind of let him score there.
Here's Fields with the ball.
But Yale had a wide open three, and they only ended up with 2 points, so not a terrible way to look at it for the Stags.
Fields will get it to Allen. Pulling up for the jump shot. That one is good. And Allen Jane Rose, he's feeling it right now.
Yeah, you can see that was a set called from the bench. Maybe a high-low set there, but Allen just pulls up from the free throw line.
Jarvis will pass it out to Mbang.
It's going to be an emphasis for the Stags to get the ball to Allen the rest of the game.
Gets it to Mahoney. Now back to Jarvis. Great set. Pulikitas with the ball. Trying to drive it to the lane. Allen with the defense, but the shot will go through.
That's a really tough one there for the Yale guard. Good defense from the Stags. Good challenge from Gene Rose. Sometimes, though, in this game, better offense prevails.
Fields will pass it to, Leach will get it to Fields. He'll get it to Allen. Wants another shot. And Pulikitas with a rejection, but Fairfield will hold on to the possession as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Fairfield wasting no time getting it to Allen there. And Yale converging when he gets the ball in. So
something tells me that Allen is going to have an amazing second half.
And if they take him away, you're going to get some open looks from these other guys.
Fields will pass it out to Cook. Now to Leach. Shot clock at 10. Pass it back to Fields. Bounce pass to Cook. And a travel.
Never established that pivot foot before he put the ball down. He doesn't like the call, but you can certainly understand why it was made.
So Yale will have possession. Surely by 5. And here's Mbang with the pass.
Yale's only bucket this half was on a breakdown off a rebound. So we'll see if they can get a first shot to go in.
Here's Kelly passing it off to Jarvis. Screen set. Mbang with the ball now. We'll get it to Mahoney. Now back to Jarvis. Cook matched up on him. EJ Jarvis trying to get some room. Shot clock at 4. Mbang trying to pull it up. He'll go for 3. Air ball. And a shot clock violation.
Excellent defensive possession from the Stags there. They got Jarvis to the post, but Cook was able to force him out of the lane. And Mbang had to toss that thing up from the corner. Great defensive possession there from the Stags.
So now Caleb Fields will move the ball up the court again. He'll get it to Supreme. And Cook. Pass it out to Fields. Bounce pass to Cook. Drawing the double team yet again. Pass it out to Wojcik. Pulls up for 3. Bang! John Wojcik from downtown.
Yep, Yale, like we said in the first half, when Supreme catches it in the post, Yale immediately bringing a double. And Wojcik, one of the best three-point shooters on the Stags. Wide open 3. He's going to make that more times than he isn't.
Absolutely. And here comes EJ Jarvis. Pass it out to Mbang. Kicks it out. Pulikitas for 3, and he knocks it down. And Allen Rose, he wanted a loose ball foul on that one.
Yeah, breakdown there from Jalen Leach. Pulikitas, the best shooter for Yale from behind the arc. So that can't happen again.
So here comes Allen. Pass it up to Cook. Cook trying to drive it to the lane. Try the double team again, and he'll get the foul call. And Jarvis is livid.
Yeah, Cook used his quickness to get by Jarvis there. Got past him, so Jarvis was coming from behind. That's why he was called for the foul.
So we got a media timeout the first of the half. Fairfield up 36-31, so hanging on here in the second half. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Fairfield University. Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Sea is packed, and honestly, anytime it is packed, it increases Fairfield's chances of winning, and it's paid off right now as they're leading 36-31 against Yale. So Supreme Cook about to shoot 2 free throws here after he got the foul.
Yeah, free throws seeming like they might be a story in this one. Fairfield 4 for 9 on the day, and Yale just 2 for 4. And remember, 3 of those were on the first possession of the game. So let's see if Yale tries to get their free throw numbers up, and the Stags have got to make more than they're making right now.
Jarvis drew his third foul on that play. And Cook makes his first free throw. And Supreme makes his first two free throws. And Bido will come into the game for Cook.
Yeah, better looking stroke there from Supreme on the free throw line. Both.
So Allen, he's got 10 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist in here, but he's not on the floor right now. Here's Malloy for Yale.
An interesting 5 here from the Stags. Leach, Wojcik, Long, Chrysler, and Mido.
Ebang. Looking for room. Gonna pull up for the jumper, gets the foul, and the call.
Pretty good pick and roll defense right there from the Stags. Mbang forced to take a tough shot, makes the most of it, and gets the call, and he converts.
So an and one here for Yale. This will only be Yale's 5th time going to the line.
And they just showed the replay on the board. Mbang really did his job to sell that one.
Free throw, no good. And Yale coming up with the rebound. Mbang pull it up, and it's another and one.
Mbang has
got something to say to the crowd.
And Long has no idea why the foul was called.
So Leach is coming out of the game. Jalen Leach. No, excuse me. TJ Long will go to the bench, and Jalen Leach will sub in. So Yale only down by 3. Mbang with another free throw attempt. No good again. It is James Johns coming up with the rebound. Here comes Wojcik.
Just like that with those 2 buckets in the same possession column. It's a 3-point game. Just 38-35 Stags.
Johns will pass it out to Leach at the top of the key.
By the way the game is going, feels like the Stags should be up a little bit more than 3. Let's see if they can get that margin back up.
Wojcik, pass it out to Leach. Bounce pass to Mido. Mido driving under the basket. Shot no good. And a loose ball here. Yale lost onto it. Zach Chrysler coming up with the recovery.
Yeah, pretty good look there from Mido. He's got to convert, especially after the nice spin move.
Mido will pass it to Leach. Bad turnover. Johnson couldn't hang on. And Mbang put up with a rebound. And it's a 1-point lead for Yale.
Looks like Mbang got Johns on the face there with his offhand. But good finish from Mbang there. That was a good challenge from Johns.
So Fairfield still up by 1, 38-37. Johns with the ball.
A lot of contact underneath of Mido.
Jalen Leach gets it to Mido. Trying to drop the play. Foul called there. That's going to be on number 23, Yusuf Essaema. And more substitutions incoming.
Yeah, Mido going to his signature rip-through move there. And the defender was all over him. So if any move were to be made there, it would have probably been a foul. Fields is back in the game for the Stags.
Absolutely. Yep, they're going to need Fields here on this possession. They're only holding it on to a 1-point lead. James Johns is going to be the guy inbounding the pass. Gets it to Wojcik. Trying to fight off the defender. Gets it to Chrysler. Back to Johns. Gets it to Mido. Tight defense here. Back to Wojcik. Trying to make something happen. Wojcik's got to pass it off. Gets it back to Mido. Chrysler pulling up for 3. Shot no good as the shot clock wound down.
Yeah,
Yale is going to have a shot here.
Unlucky on one end that didn't fall, but also really good defensive possession from Yale here. And if they're able to convert this possession, they'll be in the lead.
Here's Poulikidas. Trying to fight around the screen. Pulling up with the Euro step. Gets the foul. And another and one.
Yale really getting away with a lot of offhand contact from their offender. When Poulikidas came off that screen, he's left-handed. He had the ball in his left hand. Holding Johns off with his right arm the entire way, and Johns is called for the foul.
So Yale on a 6-0 run over the last minute and 52 seconds, and Allen is going to come back into the game.
Yeah, 3 straight and ones where the Stags will have a bit of an argument about the severity of the foul. So, Kyle, there goes the Stags' halftime lead.
Yeah. And now it's Poulikidas with another free throw attempt. He's 1 of 3 for the line, make that 2 of 4, and Yale's up by 2. Unbelievable.
been a couple of tough possessions for the Stags on offense to see if they can get a good look and convert it.
Fields will pass to the Chrysler. Now to Wojcik. Gets to the Bido. Looking for an open pass. He'll get it out to Wojcik. Trying to turn around the corner. Makes a man miss. Bounce pass to Allen. Now back to Wojcik. Gonna pull up for three. Off the rim, no good. And a fight for the ball. And Yale gets it.
Deep. Fairfield just struggling to get the ball on the three-point line at this point when they're on offense. Yale's defense has been very impressive here in the second half.
So Embe will get it to Pulikitis, and now we'll get it to Malloy. And Embe going to pull up for the reverse. No good. Rebound taken. And it's still no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, and Fairfield will get possession. So Yusuf Basaema had a shot for the layup. It goes no good. And Fairfield is going to make a play on defense.
Yeah, that ball was bouncing around. Mbang didn't reestablish both feet in bounds and touch the ball. That's why he was deemed out of bounds. But you can definitely tell the momentum has swung here. Two pretty good looks at the rim for Yale that possession. They just were unable to convert.
So Chrysler inbound to the Fields.
Who can the Stags turn to here? Gene Rose and Cook both on the floor. It's trying to see the Stags.
You're going to need to get
here.
something in the paint.
Yeah.
Here's Allen. Draws the contact. And two free throws coming up.
Colin Allen putting his head down, going to the rim, and he may have an opportunity for two free throws here, depending if that was on the floor or not. And kind of just standing around here.
Looks like it is.
Looks like it is going to be a free throw for Allen. Leach is at the scorer's table, ready to check in.
Allen makes his first free throw shot.
Leach is going to check in for Zach Chrysler, so the Stags going a little bit shorter here. Allen will slide up to the 4. Fields, Wojcik, Leach, Allen, and Cook on the floor.
And the crowd needs to be as silent as ever.
Yeah, Yale, 5 of their last 7 field goals, and no field goals for the Stags in 3.5 minutes.
And makes the next free throw, so we got a tie game here.
Yeah, Cook and Allen, the two guys for the Stags that are probably going to have the most free throws and have struggled at times. 4 for 4 this half. That's got to continue.
Here comes Pulikitis. Trying to drive it to the lane. Makes Leach miss. Pulls up with the jump shot. And we got another foul here.
Another
it's
soft
be against
call
Fairfield.
On the Stags. Fans don't like it. And you can see why.
Yeah, Allen is upset about that one.
There was a good contest there from Leach. He was straight up. Pulikitis kicking out his leg a little bit. Reggie Miller style to get that one.
Now the fans are screaming. First free throw, good. Yale gets the lead back again.
You can see why Pulikitis gets the ball so many times off the screen. He's dangerous, especially when he's got the ball in his left hand.
Second free throw attempt is good. And Allen will inbound the pass. Gets it to Caleb Fields. Gets it to Supreme. Gonna get it back to Fields here.
See if Fairfield can end off this 4
here.
He'll
get it to Allen. Now back to Leach. Taking a lot of time off. Supreme Cook. And the defender flopped on that play. Cook pulls up for the layup. And he'll get the foul. And 2 more free throws coming up. I don't know what the heck that he was trying to do there. Yusuf Basaema trying to make sure that, it was going to be an offensive foul.
He's motioning to his face as if he's been hurt. Weird for the referees not to even acknowledge that. They're going to go take a look here.
And we got a timeout on the floor.
And that is nothing more than a flop from the Yale defender. He's lucky to not be given a technical.
It's going to be an official's timeout, so we'll stay on the call.
No warning this year for a flop. In previous years, you get a warning before it's a technical foul. This year, it's just a straight technical. I'm not sure if they could make that call after seeing that, but he's motioning as if something hit his face, and it doesn't appear that's happening.
I don't think it was an offensive foul. And that didn't really take long for the officials to find out.
And One of the referees is talking to one of the Yale coaches now. And
let's see what happens here. So Cook is going to go back to the line.
And Cook will be shooting 2 anyway. Being how quickly that replay was, you got to think, Colin, that's just play on. Nothing happened.
Yeah, absolutely a play on right there. And listen, he tried to sell it, but it didn't work. And no technicals will be issued.
The Yale coach is getting an explanation here from one of the referees.
Yeah, he's definitely not happy about that. But what else can you do on that?
If I had to guess, the message would be next time we're going to get your guy for that.
So Supreme makes his first free throw.
Yeah, 5 for 5.
So Fairfield missing no field goals in the last 4 minutes and 19 seconds. They're good at needing at something, unlike Yale, who's getting 5 of their last 7 shots. Second free throw, good, and the game is tied again.
The way Fairfield's been successful is getting a post touch and then playing inside the out ball. And Yale, even on post entry, has been really, really hard, really well defended.
MBB will get it to Feinberg. Here's Mahoney with the layup and in. So Yale gets the lead.
That's just a really tough shot there. Wojcik's matching him stride for stride, but he's able to convert.
Here's Caleb Fields clearing it out. Gets it to Wojcik. Fields gonna pull up from 3. Bang! Caleb Fields gives the Stags the lead.
Yeah, little dribble handoff action there, and Caleb Fields, statistically, is the best 3-point shooter on the Stags team. Interesting scheme from Yale to go under Caleb Fields' screen.
And Caleb Fields coming up with a big steal. Going to hold on to the ball, and Fairfield will get possession.
It looked like Fairfield will get possession. Looks like Caleb Fields was yelling something. Maybe that was timeout, and that's going to be media timeout.
So we got a media timeout. Fairfield steals the lead again thanks to the 3-point shot by Caleb Fields. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Welcome back to Leo Mahoney Arena. Fairfield up by 1. And you look at Yale, they're shooting 61% from the field in the second half, as opposed to in the first half, shooting only 36.
Yeah, Colin, that's something that I wanted to point out. Yale, they've increased their field goal percentage a ton in the second half. And while the Stags have also, their lead has evaporated. They're only up by 1 here. Let's see if they can extend it.
So here comes Caleb Fields. Makes a MBB miss. Caleb Fields trying to work some magic here. He'll get it to Allen. Back to Cook. Gets it to Gene Rose. Working around that screen. Trying to draw the contact. He loses the handle, and Yale will get the ball on the turnover.
Yeah, Allen mentioning to the referee he wanted a foul call there. Some contact, but Malloy matching him stride for stride. Good defensive possession there from the Bulldogs.
Here comes Feinberg. Pass it out to Malloy. Now to Mahoney. Gets it back to Feinberg. Gets around Long. He'll put up the layup. Yale takes the lead.
Yeah, TJ just burned baseline there. Something that you don't want to happen. Fairfield losing a couple one-on-one battles, and that's never good if you want to play team defense like the Stags.
Cook trying to get it to Long. 3 guys around him. Now kicks out to Wojcik. No play.
Foul on the floor.
It will be a foul going against Yale, I think.
Yale doesn't like the call, but that actually benefited them because that was going to be a dunk for Supreme Cook, most likely, if they didn't call that.
So MBB will take the bench. Played a lot in the second half.
I've also been really impressed with his defense, Colin. He's able to knock down some threes today, but he's really not a 3-point shooter.
No, he's not.
Caleb Fields only having 4 points is a testament to his defensive abilities.
So Cook, drawing the double team, trying to pull up for the layup. Oh, it spun out of the rim. And we got an offensive foul against Yale.
Yeah, that's one of those calls that the ref probably lets that go if that goes in, but there was contact.
So they're going to basket interference, I think.
So it's just going to be 2 shots shooting foul on Yale.
It'll be a late shooting foul. Okay.
Yeah, Cook really unlucky not to convert there. Looked like it was going down. He had actually headed back towards the defensive end, but
so
he's got 2 free throws here.
With a chance to tie it. Gets it through. Switch. That is wet.
Yeah, you don't want to say this until I'll wait until after a second free throw here. But Cook 6 for 8 on the game, and that free throw that he just hit gets him into double figures
for the lead. Got it.
But I didn't want to say that the Stags impressive this second half from the free throw line, and it's been only Gene Rose and Cook who have struggled at times.
But Supreme Cook definitely making plays late in the game. Here comes Feinberg. Gets it to Malloy.
Mismatch
Working
here.
on the log. Pulls up for the home shot. No good. Cook comes up with the rebound. Wojcik moving the ball up the court. Straight set. Wojcik looking for somebody.
He had the mid-range there, just wasn't
Bounce pass to Cook. Gets the foul. And Fairfield getting momentum, and Fairfield is in the bonus, so 2 more free throws are coming up.
While Cook isn't big, this is causing Yale some trouble here. Let's see if he can keep his good free throw shooting up here.
Supreme Cook deadly from the line.
It's that swipe down. Well, he may not have both players swiping down. That's going to be called every time. It looks really bad in fast motion.
First free throw good. Stags take a 2-point lead. Yusuf Bessaama coming into the game for Jack Malloy.
That's now 9 of 11 from the free throw line for Supreme today, so pretty impressive.
Second free throw good. Fairfield University up by 3.
Yale, 5 of their last 8 from the field, so let's see if Fairfield can get a stop.
Mahoney gets it to Kelly. Now here comes Feinberg getting around the lane. He'll put it in. Only down 1.
Mahoney burning
Gonna
long
go for the fast
again.
pace. Caleb Fields moving the ball.
Yeah, long
Makes
getting
a
burnt
move.
again. He's going to
Kicks it out. Here's Wojcik. Pass to Cook. Tries to get to the contact. No good. Yale coming up with the rebound. Feinberg passing it out.
Just a little bit too quick there from Cook. He needs to take his time. He's got the advantage.
Yasin Garam trying to drive into the lane. Bounce pass. And they're going to give the foul to Supreme Cook there.
Good seal for Bessaama. Cook coming over the top. Doesn't like the call.
I think he might have gotten around the wrist a little bit.
Yeah, but a good seal. And usually when you seal like that.
Right there. I think he hooked around the arm there.
I mean, he did have position, and usually when the call will go towards the offensive player when he has position.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be on the floor foul as Mido come in for Supreme.
So Garam going to inbound the pass to Kelly. Fairfield coming up with press defense. Garam with the ball. Now gets into the zone. Garam trying to get the layup. Draws the call. 2 more free throws coming up.
Wojcik trying to mention to the refs that that's an offensive foul. Something I mentioned before. The Yale players, when they're attacking the rim, they love to use that offhand. It's not been called tonight. So they're probably going to keep doing it. It's 2 free throws here for number 13.
So Michael Feinberg, no points for him for the tie. Good. Both teams even now at 49.
Feinberg just 4 for 7, including that last make on the season from the free throw line.
Second free throw is good. And Yale takes the lead. Jalen Leach is going to come into the game for Jake Wojcik. So Gene Rose inbounds the pass. Caleb Fields, he's going to make a play here. Loses the handle and take foul on Cook. And Malloy looked like it was going to have a clear path to the basket there.
Yale wants a clear path foul here. They have a good argument. He was gonna have the easiest basket of his life there, but Mido took him, and
a timeout will be called here.
They're gonna take a look at this. There are 2 defenders there.
I think it might have been. I think it might be a clear path here.
Yeah, you can see why Leach and Mido both kind of next to the player. If Mido is deemed the last player, then it will be 2 shots in the ball for Yale.
Yeah, Fairfield, they've just been playing undisciplined basketball in the second. I think they were getting a little too comfortable at the start, and that's why they're trailing by 1 here.
Yeah, no field goals in the last 2:45 for the Stags. Just can't have these sorts of droughts if you want to win a basketball game against a high-profile team like Yale.
And so looking at Yale, their leading scorer, Bess Mbang, he's been taking over in the second half. He's got 14 points. Missed both of his free throw attempts, but 6-11 from the field. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, especially because he is a defense-first player. And while we have noted how impressive he has been offensively tonight, Caleb Fields, who has undoubtedly been Fairfield's best player this season, only 4. Two of the referees are over at the monitor looking at this play, while the third is talking to the Yale head coach, James Jones. This taking this long to be looked at, Colin.
Yeah, it
might lead them a little bit indecisive.
Yeah, it looked like a clear indication. Maybe they're trying to see if Supreme Cook would have had a chance.
Well, yeah, like I said, there were two defenders right next to the player, and looks like the third referee is now going to be called in to take a look. Like we said, we think we know what it is. Two next to him. It really comes down to where
like
you take
Jay
the
Young
blame when the foul was.
He's like really trying to strike some sense into his players here.
Yeah, Yale definitely has the intensity. Yale definitely has the intensity edge right now.
Looks like they might give it to
Young. Coach Young doesn't look very happy with the call, which would lead us to assume that it is going to be an intentional foul.
Yeah, it looks like Yale might get their wish here.
So while Yale is leading 50-49, they're going to have two shots and the ball. So they could be leading by a couple more points after this possession's over. 9:04 remaining here in the
Yep, they'll give him the technical. Fairfield trying to make their case, but they're not going to win it here. So Jack Malloy coming to the line for the first time. Makes the first free throw. They're up by 2. 51-49 for the Bulldogs.
And the referee making the motion to Mido that he called it because Mido was behind him. Now that's not
Second
the entire part of the rule. The second part of the rule is that somebody has to be the last defender, which he may or may not have been. But like Colin and I said, we thought that was right. And Yale up 3 now and a chance to extend.
So here comes Michael Feinberg, gets it to Mahoney. Now to Garrett, kicks it out. Mahoney for 3, puts it in.
So a 5-point possession there from Yale, and just like that, they're up by 6.
So Fields gets it to Allegene Rose. Gets it to Leach.
Yale
already make some moves.
Yale already with 31 points this half and only 24.
Leach kicks it out to Allen. Now back to Fields. Pulls up for 3. No good. And here comes Garib on the carom. Garib trying to pull it up. Euro step. It's good. And Yale is just on a 9-0 run here.
Yeah, they're beating the Stags down the floor and they're making their shots while they're forcing the Stags to take tough ones.
And timeout will be taken by Fairfield. And honestly, you can't really blame them here.
Yeah,
what was a 1-point game is now an 8-point deficit for Fairfield University.
Yale's offense has definitely turned up.
57-49
in the second quarter.
Fairfield calls the timeout.
33.
We'll be back in a few seconds. Welcome back to Fairfield University. You know, the Stags, they lost control of this game. They were up by 5 at the halftime, and now they're trailing by 8 with 8 minutes and 22 seconds left. Johns with the inbound pass. He'll get it to Wojcik.
Yeah, Fairfield's got to improve defensively. 33 points in just 11 and change minutes this half.
Allegene Rose.
Any
the contact.
Any chance from the Stags in this one? They're going to have to improve defensively, and they're going to have to knock down some shots. But good sign out of the timeout. Forcing it inside to Allen, and it looks like it will be two free throws for Gene Rose here.
So Allen with 12 points, 1 rebound and 1 assist. You know, we thought Allen was going to have a spectacular second half, but, I mean, they've done a good job of trying to keep him contained. Free throw's good.
Yeah, like you said, Allen had a lot of action there when he was in there, but he is recovering from COVID, so perhaps he could be on a minutes restriction because that, after all, that is a disease that affects the lungs.
Possibly. It might be a minutes restriction. Here comes the second free throw. No good. Here comes Yale. A lot of ball movement here. Here comes Feinberg.
If you're Fairfield in this situation, you don't have a lot of room for error. You got to make some free throws. You got to get stops. Let's see if they can get a stop here.
Here's Garib. Gets it to Kelly. Now Malloy for 3. Puts it in. And this crowd is getting silenced right now.
Just this simple pick and roll breakdown, and Yale makes them pay. Just like that, it's a 10-point game.
So here comes Fields. And another steal. It's Feinberg. Almost lost the handle. He'll kick it out. Mahoney almost lost the ball. And blocking foul against Fairfield.
He's saying Kim Fields was in the restricted area. which would immediately make it no chance for a charge.
It'll be on Fields. That's going to be a second foul of the game. And
that
will be another timeout.
It's going to be the under 8 media timeout.
So we'll be back in a couple minutes. Yale up by 10. 2 more free throws on the way. Welcome back to the Leo D. Mahoney Arena. The Yale Bulldogs up by 10 against the Fairfield University Stags, and 2 free throws are on the way for August Mahoney.
Remember what I said earlier, Colin, that Fairfield, nobody had gotten past 60 in the last 5 games? Well, if Yale's able to convert here with 7:38 remaining, they're going to be over 60 as they are.
And the first free throw is good. There's 61.
15-1 run for the Bulldogs over the last 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
That is definitely pitiful for the men's basketball team here at Fairfield U. Second free throw, good. And Yale has just really gotten its confidence and swagger back.
Yale shooting 13 of 19 from the field this second half and 9 of 11 from the free throw line.
Wow.
Fairfield's defense got to get some stops and you got to convert here. Running out of possessions with just 7.5 minutes left.
Wolchuk gets it to Cook. Good pass there. Kelly with the poke out, but Cook will draw the contact as he tries to pull up for the shot. 2 free throws on the way.
Yale doesn't like that call, and they don't like that. Wanted to travel as well. You can see why Cook bobbled the ball, established the pivot foot, and then moved that pivot foot. Cook got to convert both these here, and the Stags got to
Supreme Cook
got to compound a few good things here.
10 of 12 from the line. Will he make it 11? Yes. So it's an 11-point game. Yale still winning 62-51.
No field goals for the last 4.5 minutes from the Stags, while Yale has 6
Second
in the last
free
2
throw,
minutes.
no good. So Yale coming up with the possession. Garab moving the ball up the court.
Yeah, most likely going to take a lot of the shot clock here.
Here's Kelly, passing to Mahoney. Now back to Garab.
Fairfield's having a lot of trouble with this wing
Yale field
side
flip.
pick and roll.
Garab pulling up for the layup. No good. Offensive rebound there by Bassam. Still in the rebound, loose ball, and it will go towards Fairfield, and Yale will get called for the foul.
Better defensive stand there from the Stags, not able to corral the miss. They're able to get the steal out, and it looks like that's foul number 10, so it'll be 2 here for the Stags. Got to
maybe, just maybe, that's the type of foul you need here. With this much time, 6 minutes and 57 seconds left. You make both these free throws, it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, like you said, you got to make them both, then you got to get a stop. And then when you get a stop, you got to score at the other end, because stops only means something if you can score on the other end.
Here's Allen. Short of the rim.
It got really quiet when Allen was about to shoot that free throw. Got to convert this one.
Substitution made. TJ Long comes in. James Johns heading over to the sideline.
So on the court, Fields, Wojcik, Long, Allen, Gene Rose, and Supreme Cook.
Second free throw, good. 10-point game. Here comes Garum. Gets it to Feinberg. Trying to clear the traffic. Gets it to Malloy. No, excuse me, Mahoney. Now to Feinberg. Pulls up for a deep 3. Spins out. And an offensive rebound and layup for Yusuf Basaama.
Fairfield has changed to a switch on that wing ball screen, and when that happens, a big gets matched up against a guard, and there's going to be a lot of offensive rebounds for Yale. Good defense, but you got to finish it off with the rebound.
Jane Rose gets called for the foul, and it'll go against Isaiah Kelly, who not really making much of an impact, just 2 points, 2 rebounds, coming up with 3 assists. I mean, he's not really putting the ball in harm's way, but, I mean, he hasn't had that much of an impact.
Yeah, something to look at interestingly in the plus-minus. Michael Feinberg's only been on the court for 14 minutes, but he's plus 20. That is a big margin.
Well, he's making plays as Gene Rose misses another free throw attempt, and now John's coming back into the game for TJ Long.
Another interesting plus-minus stat is Supreme Cook plus 5.
And Yale putting their entire starting rotation back on the floor. So that's the thing. Fairfield is playing most of their starters, yet they still can't score against the second team for the Yale.
So Win Supreme is on the floor. They're +5. So that means they're -17 when he's off the floor.
Wow. Allen makes the second free throw. So, yes, Supreme Cook, we all knew he was their best player, but he's, at this point, their most valuable player.
Yeah, the three most interesting plus-minuses for Fairfield. -17 for Leach, -13 for Mido. That's probably why we don't see either of them on the floor right now.
Here's Poulikitis trying to get around. Gets the screen. Gene Rose matched up on him. We'll get it to Jarvis. Now back to Mbang. Screen set by Jarvis. Mbang going to pull up to the layup, and it's good. Mbang pulling off an amazing second half.
Mbang taking a shot at the crowd there. Fairfield has had trouble with this wing ball screen all game.
Well, that's the type of energy you got to bring on the road. You got to silence the crowd. And here comes Allen passing it off to Cook.
Look for Yale to keep running that wing ball screen action because Fairfield cannot guard it.
Johns gets it to Wojcik.
Fairfield looking to keep getting inside here, but they're going to have to make
pass
some threes.
To Cook. Draws the double team. Kicks out to Fields. Pulls up for three. Short of the rim. Still going for the ball. Cook will get the rebound. And Jarvis is in pain right now on the floor.
Good inside-out play from the Stags here. Cook,
that did not look like a good. That does not look good.
But what an effort rebound there from Cook. Jarvis hits the ground hard. Big thud. He's up on his own feet, under his own power. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah. So they're going to call the loose ball on Yale, and Supreme Cook will have two more shots at the free throw line. So 63-58, Sean. I mean, it sounds repetitive, but Fairfield had this game in the first half. I mean, we knew Yale was going to come out with different intensity, but you would think that Fairfield would try to get the message and not stay away from their game.
Yeah, the name of the game this second half for Yale has been their offense. They've gotten a lot of good shots. They've made them, and they've even added some tough shots on top of that. 13 of 19 from the field this second half. All of the Yale players are at the bench here. The referees are telling them to get out. This is going to be a technical foul on Yale.
Nope. Looks like they're sending it back to the line.
Should be.
Fairfield wanted a technical, but it's just going to be two normal free throw attempts.
And Cook's going to shoot two here.
First free throw, good. 12-point game.
No field goals for the last 6.5 minutes for the Stags. Now, granted, they've been fouled a majority of those possessions, but still, to win a game at this level, they can't. Third or fourth time I mentioned that. It can't happen.
Second free throw, good. So still some life.
Yeah, got to get some stops. It's got to start in this defensive end. Stop in the bucket, one at a time.
So here comes Mbang.
Mbang has been the best player on the floor tonight, on both sides of the ball.
Poulikitis pulling up for three. Off the rim. Supreme Cook trying to fight for the rebound, won't get it.
Yale got away with the moving screen there. Malloy was not set before he hit the defender, and Yale's going to take more seconds off the shot clock.
Mbang again. Trying to direct traffic, get it to Poulikitis. Now back to Malloy. He'll get it back to Mbang. Makes a move on Fields. Gonna pull up and shot clock expires. No good. And that ball will go out of bounds.
All right, there's the stop. 4:40 left, down 11. Gotta get a bucket this possession. Look for the Stags to go inside. Look to kick it out for a three.
So Mido is gonna come into the game for Supreme Cook, it looks like.
Still at the scorer's table, so it looks like the next dead ball.
Here's Allen. He's got a clear play to the basket as he gets blocked on the play. And Yale comes up with it.
That's pretty good defense there from Yale. Looked like
a wild jump right there.
And unless something crazy happens, you got to think with Yale's, and they're going to use timeout here.
Timeout here from Yale as August Mahoney had the ball.
Yeah, well, it's only 12 turnovers on the day.
Fairfield turning it over 15.
It's going to take a heroic effort from this point on. Not only from Fairfield, but it's going to have to be a little bit on the Yale side, too.
We'll be back in a few seconds. Yale up by 11, 4 minutes and 14 seconds left, 66-55. Welcome back to Fairfield University. The Yale Bulldogs up by 11, 4 minutes and 14 seconds left. Jack Malloy is about to inbound the pass for the Bulldogs.
on the floor for the Stags: Fields, Wojcik, Johns, Gene Rose, and Mido. Like we said, coming in, Fairfield's going to need a good effort on both sides of the ball. Yale shooting 48% from the field compared to Fairfield's just 41%. Fairfield only 33% from three. Needed a little better numbers to be able to win this one.
So here's Zembang with Caleb Fields matched on him. He'll get it to Mahoney. Directing traffic, shot clock at 3. Mahoney, he's got to put it up. Good pass, but they're not going to count it. Shot clock expired.
And the reason why he was so open underneath is because they blitzed that ball screen because the shot clock was going down. So
UC Basayama looked like he had a clear shot. Looks like they're going to review something here.
It didn't appear that he got it off because it's still in the guard's hands outside the three-point line with 1 on the clock. But he was wide open. If that shot clock's another second, it's one of the easier layups you'll see.
So let's take a quick look at it.
Doesn't look like we're going to get a look at it.
I think the shot clock was already about to expire at the minute that he took the shot.
And after a quick review, the ref who made the call emphatically is going to make it emphatically again, no basket. And
Supreme Cook checking in. Mido out.
See if Fairfield can get a good look from 3 here. They're going to need it if they're going to want to come back in this one.
Gene Rose will pass to the Fields. Looking for something. Wojcik with the ball. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. He'll kick it out back to Fields. Trying to drive it to the lane and won't get it. John's going to pull up for 3. Short of the rim. And that's just been the story of the day for the Stags in the second half.
Yeah, Stags, to beat a team like Yale's caliber, you got to be able to make some shots. Now, 5 of 16 from 3. It's not going to be
back with the ball again. That was Pulikitis.
Using that off arm again.
Jones lost the handle of the ball. It'll go to Fairfield. Great defense there by James Johns.
Yeah, Pulikitis using that off arm. I've said it multiple times tonight. Makes it one of the reasons why he's so difficult to guard. But well done there from Johns, and the Stags will get the ball back.
Here's Caleb Fields. Working around the corner. Tight defense there. Pass to Johns. Pulls up for the layup. No good, but 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, Pulikitis doesn't like that one. A little bit out of control there from Johns. But it'll be 2 free throws. 2 minute 47 second scoring drought for Yale. 2 minutes and 12 scoring drought for the Stags. 1 of the last 10 over the last 6. The offense left at a crucial time, didn't it, Colin?
So Johns with the first free throw is good. 10-point game. Not that much time left, but it's going to take a miracle here in these last few minutes.
Yeah, look for the Stags to pick up full court if this free throw does go down.
Second free throw, good. 9-point game.
Nobody's going to be on the ball here, but they will be picking up full court. They'll get the ball into Mbang pretty easily.
So Mbang with tight defense for Fields.
You're running out of possessions here for Fairfield. You need to stop in a 3, most likely.
Gets it to Mahoney, now to Malloy, now Pulikitis. Screen might be set. Here's Mbang again. Trying to make a move. Now back. Mahoney pull up for 3. Off the rim, no good. Still loose ball. Oh, what a hustle from Mbang.
And those are just killer for the Stags. Yale uses the entire shot clock and get another 20 more ticks here to take this almost to 2 minutes here.
And Allen not deciding a foul here.
You don't have to foul here, but you do have to make him do something here.
There it is. So 2 free throws coming up for Yale. And honestly, if he makes these 2, that might beat the dagger.
It's actually just going to be a 1-on-1. So he has missed both of his free throws today. So maybe he has missed 2 free throws today. Oh no, he's 0 for 2 from the line today. So maybe you get a front end miss here. You can turn the other way.
First free throw, good.
That's point number 17 for him, Colin. He's definitely the player of the game tonight.
Yeah, Mbang has been carrying this team throughout the entire game. Without their top scorer in the game, as he's dealing with an injury, Mbang has really risen up to the challenge. as the second free throw goes through.
Yeah, this team hung tough with Kentucky, one of the best teams in the country, just 2 days ago. Looks like they're going to pick up a road win here, which is not easy to come by in college basketball.
Here's Johns getting stripped, but the foul will be called. That's on MBB.
Pulakita's not happy again with the call. Maybe we'll see a replay. Did swipe pretty aggressively at Johns.
It's hard to believe that MBB is only a sophomore.
Yeah, appears to be a veteran. Runs the point with
a lot of passion in him.
And poise, too. You know?
Absolutely.
Passion can
He plays on both sides of the ball, and he certainly did enough to win this game.
Caleb Fields the hero last time, just 4 points, and most of that is because he's been guarded by Mbang.
Second free throw, no good. And Fairfield will get the ball.
No field goals in the last 9.5 minutes of game action.
Yeah,
they have had a lot of free throws. That just cannot happen.
That is embarrassing. And listen, Yale hasn't made any shots in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But the difference is they actually have the lead. A double-digit lead, and there's not that much time left. Here's Allen. Foul called there.
Fairfield 23 of 33 from the line. Obviously, you'd like that number to be a little better. Getting to the line 33 times is good, but you want that number to be better. That's all.
At findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Almost too much at times.
Here's Gene Rose. No good.
23 of 34 now. Like I said, last time Fairfield played against Sacred Heart, they were able to pull out the win. They turned the ball over. They didn't make shots, and they didn't make free throws.
Only making 1 of 10 shots. The offense completely sputtered and self-destructed as Allen makes the second free throw. Mido will come into the game. Allen Gene Rose will take a seat.
Defense is Fairfield's calling card, but it only goes as far as your offense. Nowadays, with some of these terrifically gifted offensive players, some days they're just going to be able to score.
Yeah, and that's the thing you got to realize. Once you get into the NBA, it's going to come down to your defense, but you have to score points in order to make sure that the other end of the floor is working properly and efficiently.
To be a consistent team in college basketball, you have to be able to score, as Fairfield looks to pull up full court here.
So Fairfield played press defense. And, that was a little risky, but Mbe will still have the ball. 3 guys around him, but Fields will play him in tight coverage.
Yeah, Fields took the gamble just a half second too late as Yale is going to take as much time as they can off the shot clock here.
Getting to Basayama, now back to Mbe. Under a minute and 53 left in the game. Mbe kicked it out. Pulakitas trying to pull up for the layup, gets the shot, and one. And that could very well do it.
Johns doesn't like the call. Just a back-breaking possession there from Yale. Taking all 30 seconds of the shot clock, and the few Yale fans that are here are shushing the crowd.
Johns picks up his 5th foul here.
Yale is a terrific team without their best players. Some of the Fairfield fans turn around to leave Yale a 13 seed in the most recent and ESPN bracketology.
And the stands are clearing out.
Why.
Pulakitas, no good. Offensive rebound again. Here comes Mbe.
And he looks like he's going to dribble this thing out here.
Timeout taken by Yale. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Yale up by 11 in what was a terrific second half for the Bulldogs and a sputtering one for the Stags.
It's a helping hand for parents with their hands full. For more information about free or low-cost children's health insurance in your state, go to insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. That's 1-877-543-7669. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to Leo Mahoney Arena. You know, it was a game that a lot of Fairfield University seniors were hoping to attend. Last day of classes, final exams coming up. Unfortunately, it's going to end in despair as Yale pulled off an incredible second half. You look at this, 40-plus points in the second half for Yale.
That's especially impressive considering they only had 24 in the first half and on short rest as well, having played in Kentucky just 2 days ago. They're not fatiguing at all here.
There's Poulikitis. Allen back in the game. He'll get the matchup. Poulikitis for three. Bang.
That is just unguardable. Allen in his grill, forces a tough shot, and Poulikitis knocks it down.
Here's Wojcik now. Pulls up for the layup. It's good. And that'll be another timeout for Fairfield University. So finally, Fairfield makes a shot here. We'll stay on the air, but wow. It took over 10 minutes to get a shot off.
Up next for Yale in their long road trip here is 10 days from now on the 22nd is a road game against former Fairfield Conference rival Monmouth. Monmouth now the Colonial. And after that, on New Year's Eve, they'll start Ivy League play at Columbia before they head home to play Dartmouth on January 6th. Up next for the Stags is a game against Division III Coast Guard on Sunday. Before Philadelphia School, Drexel comes to town on the 22nd. It'll be 2 o'clock on Sunday against the Coast Guard and 7 o'clock on the 22nd against Drexel. Opportunities for two wins for the Stags.
So a minute and 14 seconds left. Game is pretty much decided. Yale up by 12. The students are still doing whatever they can, though. So you got to respect the Red Sea here.
And as we are looking forward, Fairfield guard Bryson Goodine is expected to be good to go against Coast Guard. With whatever injury he's dealing with, the target date was always Coast Guard. We'll see if he's able to suit up on Sunday.
Yale will inbound the pass. Jack Malloy stepped near the boundary. Deep pass. Fields coming up with the steal, pulling up for three. Shot no good. Pass to Emma with the offensive rebound. Back to Mahoney. Back to Bank. Back to
looks
Mahoney.
Like they want a foul here, and
Allen's going to play tight coverage. Gets it back to Bank. He's going to hold on to it here. James Johns pulling in the defense. Bank. Clear hook to the basket. Oh!
Blocked by Johns. They call a foul.
They're going to call for the foul, and Bank landed hard on that play.
Johns probably got him on the body.
So that's going to be Johns' fifth foul of the game.
And the
that's just crushing there.
Yeah, the WVOF consensus player of the game is going to be able to shoot too. With Johns fouling out, the team gets a timeout, and it's up to the coach whether he wants to use it or not. Looks like he will. Yale 73, Fairfield 61 here with 44.3 seconds left.
Wow, so it really is. You thought that Fairfield University, after that first half, you thought they would build some momentum, especially with the fact that they came up with two big wins at home. Unfortunately, they'll suffer their first home loss of the year tonight.
You knew that wasn't the Yale team that is projected to win the Ivy League this year. That first half, and we have to keep harping on the quality of Yale. Other than the Wake Forest and Xavier games, Yale's probably the best team that this Fairfield team is going to face this year, with the sole exception of maybe Iona as Mbeng.
Yep, true. This is really the best non-conference opponent they'll go up against, as Mbeng makes another free throw. And Mbeng's got 19 points. Could be 20 after this second.
Yeah, with the loss, Fairfield will drop to 4-7 on the season. But 5 more games on this homestand.
There's
against
20.
some opponents that we should see some W's coming in the future. The goal for this team should be to get over 500 by the time this homestand ends.
So here comes Allen Gene Rose inbounding. Neither team willing to pull out their starters. 42 seconds left on the clock. There's Fields. Gets it along, pulling up for three, and it's good.
And just a simple rub screen action for TJ Long here. He's able to contest, and Wojcik gets the deck hard, and Yale's going to use a timeout. So, not done yet, folks.
36.3 seconds left, and Fairfield only with one timeout remaining, Yale with none. So we'll be back in just a few seconds. Welcome back to Fairfield University. Colin O'Callahan and Sean Bells on the call. You know, it's always an honor doing these broadcasts with you, but, you know, when it comes to losses, there's definitely that sting in your mouth.
Yeah, especially because Fairfield showed that they could compete with this team. And Yale, just an extremely efficient second half. Like we said earlier, maybe they didn't prepare as much as they normally would for this Fairfield team. But now it's all laughs over there on the Yale sideline. We've seen this happen a couple times with the Stags this year. The Stags led at the Centos Center against Xavier at halftime. And they were right there at a game with Wake, and they were able to knock off a Towson team, which that's their only loss all year to these Fairfield Stags.
So here's Mahoney trying to inbound it.
And they're going for the home run ball here.
And a wide open look for Garum. And that pretty much summarizes how Fairfield University played.
Yeah, when you're losing
long for three, off the rim, shot clock off. Wojcik gonna try it. No good again. And Pulakita, and just wide open. He's gonna let the clock run.
After getting booed by some Fairfield fans here, they will not take the wide open dunk, and that looks like it'll be it, Colin.
So, Fairfield University, after what looked like to be a strong first half, just not getting anything done. Losing by 13 to Yale, and there's the shot clock. It is over. Yale Bulldogs, without their top scorer, improved to 9-3. Fairfield University now drops to 4-7. So with Sean Bells and Max Behrman from WVOF Studios, 88.5, this is Colin Callahan signing off. Enjoy your Monday, everybody.